Now, when Martha hit me up saying, Anthony, there is an event for Black Lives Matter out in South Royalton, I literally looked at her and I was like, you're fucking lying, because that's impossible. No, it was not impossible, actually. We get there, and it was like 700 plus people. And the idea that it was set up by a powerful, and when I say powerful, I don't mean in the sense of money. I don't mean in the sense of power in that sense, but because she's broke. I mean in the sense of a person that is willing to put herself in a position to effectively affect her children. She's able to put herself in a position where she understands that this isn't just something that you go to, and then again, you post on Instagram or Facebook later saying, hey, I went to this event and I feel good about myself now. She's not only a black woman that preaches Black Lives Matter, but she's a black woman that legitimately shows up. She came all the way from White River, right? She came all the way from White River. Guys, some of you, actually, I know there's more white people in Newport. I know there's some white people like just beyond these trees that are just, I don't even know what they're doing right now, but they couldn't make the trip. Is what I'm trying to get at. They couldn't even make the trip. So the idea that she came all the way out here to make the trip, to be here, to speak, to inform, to help, again, individuals, and when I say individuals that don't deserve it, don't get your feelings hurt. You don't. However, you guys are here, you're proving to us that you want to be here, and that's what we appreciate. Alicia, you are up. Thank you.
What's up, y'all? Hey. My name is Alicia Barrow. I'm from White River. I'm the founder and executive director of Safe Spaces, based out of White River. It's an organization for our BIPOC community and even has a special little place for our allies to do some learning. So you can always hit us up. Can't hear me? It's all good. I'm a lot shorter than I look. I am a mother to 5 beautiful and exceptional children, I might be a little biased there, who have lived in Vermont their whole lives. I have 2 sons and 3 daughters, and I worry about them in similar yet very different ways. For my sons, I worry more about how society views them. Because let's be honest, society is more accepting of pretty little girls with fair skin than it is of black men, even when they are only babies. My youngest son was 15 months old the first time he was called a nigger with a hard R. We live in Vermont, in nature, so I let him run around, naturally, doing what babies do. Nothing but a t-shirt on, because he's a baby. But to our neighbors who called the police, he was a black man. He was a black man running around outside naked. But at least Vermont has laws protecting nudity. Because I'd hate to think what would have happened if they'd shown up to deal with my toddler playing in the grass naked, with guns drawn and ready to take down this perceived threat. When he was 4, we stood in a crowded line at Kohl's where he played with his Star Wars lightsaber, blue, because it was his favorite color. The white woman in front of us clutched her purse and backed away as my baby, in the last moments of his innocence, looked up to see the fear in this woman's eyes. He placed his lightsaber in my hands. He was 4. But that did not matter. You see, it's all in the perception. How many people here own a firearm? I want to see hands. Know somebody that does, family members, friends? It's like a rite of passage here in this state, right? My son received a BB gun for his 10th birthday. It looked real. When he opened his gift, he looked at me terrified with tears in his eyes and asked me, why would I get him a toy gun? He said, Mom, I'm a little black boy in America. I don't want to die because somebody thinks I'm holding a real gun. Because that's how it would be perceived, as a threat. Like the many men and women hanging like strange fruit from the poplar trees in the South were viewed as a threat. Much like our history, black men and women who are perceived as a threat are dealt with using excessive force. Today, instead of lynchings, we have, hold up. Actually, I can't even say of instead. No, today we have far less lynchings. and far more of our Black, Indigenous, and people of color being unnecessarily incarcerated at a staggering rate. Because despite making up only 3% of the population statewide, our Black, Indigenous, and people of color make up 17% of the prison population in this state alone. Nationally, people of color make up 32% of the population, yet 56% of the prison population consists of people of color. And it's not because we naturally lean towards violent criminal behavior. It is how we are perceived. So I'm asking you, when does my baby, my 10-year-old, go from tender innocence to thug? When is he no longer seen as cute, but instead seen as criminal? He feels it. He knows the looks, the way white people draw back like he's a snake that's about to strike. We talk about Black lives lost by the hands of white supremacy, and it's taken so many of us actually dying to get you to even begin to listen. But let's talk about the lives of our children who lose the right to their childhood innocence because of how they are perceived by a society that right now as it stands is shouting from the rooftops that y'all don't give a fuck about us. While you have talks with your children about where baby kittens come from, we have conversations with our 4-year-olds about policing their emotions so they're not policed by cops. While y'all having discussions at your family dinner tables, we're teaching our babies how to try and stay safe in a world that seems to hate us. And when you're making small talk, driving your kids to school, we're showing our children where to put their hands so cops can see them. While your children are enjoying the right to a worry-free childhood with innocence sparkling in their eyes, our children are preparing for a war they will have to fight their whole life. It comes from their teachers, their peers, playgrounds and whispers in grocery lines. What kind of impact do you think that has on a child's mind? Think about the world you are creating and choose to change it. Don't just sign some petitions and be an online activist. Hit a couple protests up or go to a few marches and then call it good because you gave a few dollars and hours of your time. It makes it all better, right? You've done your part? No. You need to give. You need to give until it hurts. Give up your privilege. Give up your money, your safety, your security. Give up your free time. Give up your ways. And give up your perceptions. Make the path for change in your life. Whether it's changing your friends, your job, your mind. Educate yourself and use your privilege to help those who don't have them. Your lack of melanin, your networks, your language, your health, your driver's license, whatever your privilege is, be inconvenienced and learn what your privileges are. Then do your fucking part to shift the status quo, because whether or not you're ready, change is coming for you.